Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to listen to some mumbly jumbly. All the way from St. Albans, your host for tonight, Abs the Magic, Supercoach Godfather.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for joining. Now, in today's episode, we're going to talk about Bailey Smith, but today is actually is a very special day. It's just coming down. It's Valentine's Day today. Okay, so all you romantic couples out there, today we're going to make you a special episode. Bailey Smith, just coming down. We're going to talk about him now. Now, he's priced at $542K. Now, is that value? Let's have a look. What has he done? 2022, average 98. 2021, average 86. 2020, average 92. Well, it's not really screaming value at the moment. All right, let's have a look at 2022. What has he done? 139. Then he got injured, I think. Suspended, I'd say injured. 80, 122, 135, 80, 95, 98, 144, 117. And got injured, and they had a bye. You know, I actually had him in my team, Bailey Smith. Okay, he was in my team last year. I picked him up here. I got him at one. He scored the 122 for me, and the 135. All right, and all these as well. I picked him up because he had 100% time on ground. Even though he was playing on the wing, he had 100% time on ground, which meant he had a chance to score more points because he was on the ground a lot longer. But the problem was his disposal efficiency is just so bad. It is so bad. And then, so he ruined my whole bye round. So I had him. He knocked out my own player, which was Stewart's, in round 12. So he knocked out my player. So my player got injured. And then he got reported. So I lost two players in one hit. And then I missed all this, and then I had to get rid of him. So he just ruined my bye rounds. No matter how you plan for him, you can't plan. Anyway, back to Bailey Smith. Let's have a look. Why did he score so bad before that? And why did he score so good here? Well, I'll tell you why. He had 100% time on ground here. He had 80% time on ground here. Let me show you something. Now, Bailey Smith, CBAs, looking at Bailey Smith, and he's probably the third man. Or you got McRae, Libba, Bontempelli as a top three. We had Dunkley, but he's gone. We could get Adam Treloar back in there now. Looks like they're trialling a few other players this year, so we don't know who else is going to go in there. But Bailey Smith has been starting CBAs, but to be honest, when I saw him in those CBAs, I hardly seen him touch the ball. So, and when sometimes when you own a player and you watch him and you go, please touch it, but they don't touch it. But when you don't own them, they seem to be all over the ball. So it could be something that you're a bit more conscious about when you actually own a player. So you're sort of looking for him to touch it and he's not touching it. But maybe he was, but I just couldn't see it. Anyway, so Bailey Smith, he had his highest has been 64% CBA. So he's not a regular high CBA person. He does had a few centre bounces, but he's more or less on the wing. All right, let's go to his heat maps. Okay, we can see here. I'm just going to show you the second game. Where is it? He scored. And we're going to 2022. Where are we? All right, this game here, round 3, 31 disposals. Okay, 80 Supercoach points. That's 31 disposals. He had 97% time on ground. Like, that's huge. Yet he only scored 80 points. The week after, he had 95% time. See, I got him on this round when he got the 80 points. I didn't care about the points. I cared about the time on ground. The minute I saw they had 97%, I said, this guy doesn't go off the ground. He's stuck on the ground. He's going to play a whole game. And I was pretty close to right because he had 95%, 94%, 92, 92, 97. He's on the ground non-stop. He never gets off. And then after the bye rounds, after round 12, when he got injured, he didn't even get injured. He played and only scored 67. He did get injured. He 83% time on ground. So once his time on ground reduced down to the 80s, his scores dropped significantly. because points per minute, he's not scoring that high. He's very low actually, at 0.71, 0.76. Some games is high, 1.45, and that's with 79. But with 97% time on ground, he's at 0.68, 1.07. Like most primos will go at around about 1.3. All right, most good players. But he's going at 1.1, 0.77, 0.73. These are very low points per minute. Now, let's have a look where he started in round 1. All right, this is round 1 here. He started on the interchange bench. Is that round 1? Yeah, he started on the interchange bench and stayed on that wing. Now, he scored 139 points this game. He's had a huge game. Must have scored a few goals. As you can see, he's in the goals there as well. But he's more of a wing player than he is a mid. He's always on the wing. And the wing, he needs to spend a lot of time on that wing because it's usually in his areas. He's all around there. He's a 1-2 player as well, so he gets a lot of the 1-2 touches. So he gets all that, but he's stuck on that wing. So we'll keep going. Look, he's always on the wing. I mean, he's pretty much on both wings. On this game, he's actually everywhere. That's a very rare map for him. Usually he's stuck on one wing. All right, like he's always on the wings, always wide. All right, let's keep going. Here he spent a bit more time in the middle. Only scored a 95. It's not enough. Here he's more on the wings again. He's not an ideal super. This game he scored 144, but he went bananas, all right? Yeah, and he kicked some goals, and I mean he's going to have a few odd good games, but he has a lot of these low scoring games, and like again all on the wing. He needs to get that huge percentage of time on ground to score higher. So now that his time on ground has dropped, look what happens to him. He doesn't get much of the ball. He needs time on ground. Look. Here's another one, 84%. 84% is huge for a lot of players, but for him it's not enough. He needs 95% time on ground to get to that 120, 130 mark. And again, a bit more in the middle, but he's not. He look at his handball to kick to handball ratio. It's very similar, and his kicks aren't that good. He can't even kick the ball. Like if you think Toronto can't kick, wait till you see this guy kick. He's worse. And so again on the wing, but. Only because I owned him last year, I know a lot about him because I watched him so close, and I watched every breath that he took virtually last year, and I've sort of followed his whole year last year, so I know him really well. So I'm going to come with my final verdict now. For my final verdict, and I know it's Valentine's Day and you want me to hurry up, so I'm coming now. It's getting there, just coming down. Okay, now for me. If you see him have 95% time on ground, it's okay. But he's not guaranteed that 95% because as we saw, his percentage dropped. So once he gets to 85% time on ground, which is what a normal player does, it's a pass. It's a no good. I don't like. But once it's at 95%, it's okay. It's as good as a player that goes at 85%, maybe a little bit less than a player that goes at 85%. So it's just a pass for me. Pass. Another reason, he also has a round 15 bye, all right? And you have enough players on that round 15 bye. You don't want another headache. And this guy's a headache. Trust me, you're going to pull your hair out. He's so hard to watch. Sometimes he looks. I'm not saying that he's lazy. He just looks lazy. He doesn't attack that ball. Like you see a ball, two players going for it. He's not the one that goes in harder. You see the opposition player goes in harder and gets it. So I don't know. It's just something about him that drove me nuts last year. So it's a pass for me. But for you can go with your heart. Go with the heart. But he also has that round 15 bye, which is going to be a disaster. Go with the heart. That's all for today. And remember one thing, it's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.